Hey, what's up? It's Kayla, part of Rutgers Pokemon Draft League season number 6. Season 6, week 6 of the Pokemon Draft League. As I said, this is a very interesting week just because of spring break is happening now. Some battles are not in, but I decided this is probably the best time we're going to be able to do this just because battles are getting done now. They're probably not going to be getting done until next weekend, and while this week is pretty much a gap, it still feels wrong not to record week 6 even if battles do eventually come. I want to get these out of the way because I want to enjoy my own spring break, honestly. But a lot of these battles I have not actually seen. I have seen this one, and my battle is here, and we'll get to that. I'm not doing a separate video for that just because both of us were fine. Whatchamacallit, Kansas Clefkeys and myself, Coach of the Cincinnati Wills, we were both fine with presenting ourselves outside of here. I don't want to do that to someone who isn't, because I'm going to respect their privacy at the end of the day. So even though I'm not probably going to say something that will give them away, I don't want to even put it out in the realm. I don't want to do that. But we have a very fun 1 vs 3 matchup coming up. We have revenge games, we have this game, with some new transactions, a lot of transaction games, and we shall see how they go. So we have coach of the Attack on Titans taking on the coach of the Texas, and it's actually this is a very interesting week for a lot of reasons, but the main one being Texas is in a really interesting spot. They're right now 2-2, and I've had them in the lower half of the PRs for the last couple of weeks just because I wasn't impressed with their showings, and Attack on Titan has been on the top half. They're coming off a bad loss, but there's a very good chance for both teams to show that they belong, or prove something, and this will be a very good opportunity. I don't really remember this game, so my very beginning notes are Iron Leaves looks, I don't know what checks it. I don't know what switches in besides, Decidueye, and even then, and there's not a lot of mons unless obviously there's a Scarfer that can really revenge it well, or threaten it out, or get someone. So very weary about that, and we'll just have to see how it goes. And so I put this on fast. We have Chandelure. I don't know why it didn't load, but alright, so it gets scared into Basculegion, into Scarf Basculegion with the flip turn. So it's gonna get a Spef Trap. I don't think that matters too much. Baneful. I kinda wish they would have done something a little bit more aggressive. Maybe you do that. I like that, because then if you have like Foul Play, you can just click it. I honestly like Trick. I honestly really like Trick. I call mine too. I think that's really, really cool. Moonbreon reference. Alluring Voice did some damage. You don't really have to switch. Stored Power, some heat. So you're in a really good spot here. Taunt's a little unfortunate, but that's a little unfortunate too. They haven't revealed like Psychic Noise yet, and they aren't gonna reveal it. Infestation's fine. You're gonna get Chip. I don't know if it's lefties. It's not. Bulk up, Swampert. Are we trying not to win the game here? What are we doing? I don't like this. I feel like Iron Leaves is a pretty free switch. This is a very free switch as well. I really don't like that. Now this can go off. Decidueye comes in. Stellar. I forgot that was a thing, and it lives on 1. Okay. Preserve. I take it. Taunt on the Infestation, get some chip. I see it. Blast on Infestation again. Fledgem on Infestation. So it doesn't matter what they click. Taunt. Magic Bounce Taunt. Okay. Bringing the Moonbreon, I'm assuming. Nah, the Nuzzle, Hatino. Alpharad, a flip turn on the Sash is insane work. Healing Wish. Okay. I see it. Bringing the Flutter. Miss Magius. Psychic, it didn't do a lot. I don't think it's gonna be doing a lot, and now it's definitely not gonna be doing a lot. I don't like that. I felt like Iron Leaves was a little bit perfect. I was gonna say Iron Leaves is a little bit more of an aggressive play. That's a little unfortunate, but still, it's Scarf. It's a Scarf. What switches in? What do you even bring in? This is dead. That's fair. D-Dance. And then what? Terra Dragon, Outrage. Kill? That's so crazy. Toxic. I don't like how I still don't like how passive this team is being against this thing. It's not. You're gonna have to fish for hacks now. And you don't get hacks, so it's like, ugh. And you also don't have not this. I don't know why this came out. You have Iron Elite, maybe. No protect. The Iron Leaves comes in. I don't know what. That's fine. I don't know why. Okay. Aircross is gonna come in. I feel like it's. Oh, I don't think that's that big of a deal. Oh, that's crazy. I don't know what you're doing here. If it's guts, this is all of a sudden now a really big problem, and I feel like it was guts. So, Iron Leaves is a crazy play, but it's gonna work. That's insane. That works out. That's insane. Unless this is okay, we're just alright. I don't know why that did that. Infestation. Oh, this is gonna be a long battle. I'm not sitting through this. I'm sorry. I don't know if there's some interesting plays in here, but oh my god, why did you not just click Sideblade? I don't understand that. Not the best played match, but a win is always going to be a win, especially against a top seed. Very, very nice win. And now you're in the playoff hunt for a team that I was very low on. I thought the transactions were really nice, especially getting more offensive and just like, I don't like the hazard control, but at the same time, it's like, you have two of the best revenge killers on your team, you have T-Spikes. I think that might be enough, right? Especially if you're just running toxic specs and that works out. I can't really complain with that, right? Hatina actually putting in work is also really funny, but actually it's tough, so credit. We got big win. We're gonna look for a rebound. I don't know who they're playing week 6 or week 7, but playoffs is right around the corner. 75% of the season is done with, so wins always matter, but especially now they're gonna matter a ton. So very narrow win, and we move on. Oh, I just watched the replay of this team. Move on to this game, which is a very, very interesting game. We have a top 3 seed. I think they're the third best team. I think that's what I'd put them as, either 2 or 3, versus Lexio's Livy Legion, which also made those transactions from last week. And I'm really interested in Star Raptor this game. I think Star Raptor clicks buttons. There's not a lot of mons that want to switch into it, obviously, besides Clef Key. But if you can get Houndstone down, that's wonderful. If it has lefties, you want to trick it, you want to get rid of it as fast as you can. Iggy Sun looks really good into this team. There's not really a ton of switch-ins. So if that gets going, I'm assuming maybe you see Ice Shard from this, maybe, right? Like, you're gonna need priority for outspeeding this, because Speed Control does not look good unless it's Star Raptor, but I'm assuming Star Raptor is just, Star Raptor looks insane. But should be really interesting. Both these teams looking for a big win because both of them suffered pretty bad losses last week, one of them coming out my hands, so we're gonna have to see. So turn 1, we're gonna lead pretty standard. This is special, as we can see. It's gonna get burned, which is fine, but knock. Alright, perfect. So now all of a sudden it's gonna be stuck in pain. I've seen Encore a ton from Sammy, and we see Sammy with Encore again, so I don't mind that. I don't mind switching here, but that's not what I needed. I needed to see sub or something come out. Overdrive is not what I want to see, but I don't like staying in there. I really, really don't like that. Houndstone or Avila comes in. Really don't like that. I don't like losing boots here in this matchup particularly. You have Avila, but like Avila gets threatened pretty easily by Porygon switches in very well. Saron switches in very well. This, when it eventually Terra's, it was Terra Ghost, switches very well into it, so, and this is Terra Ground, I believe, Eggy. So, I'm not the biggest fan of everything, and now, see, that's the thing with Spikes. That plus Calm Mind comes out, which is insane. Insane against this, we'll get to Calm Mind, Blissey, but Spikes is insane to let your boots mons getting rid of boots, getting rid of leftovers. That's big for your team because Avalug, just not the best spinner in general. You have this as a switch in. You have when this Terras, you have this as a switch in. So hazards being up, especially with this team, is I don't like how it's being played already. When you're just willy-nilly letting boots go away, and you might be like, oh, what's the switch-ins? You have a Scrafty. Scrafty switches in pretty well, and as we're going to see later in this match, it's Shedskin. It's Shed Skin. It could easily just rest and control HP that way. It doesn't really mind hazards that much, but again, it's just a nitpick at this point. The real big thing is Calm Mind. What is Calm Mind? Why is that here? Is there a 2-shot that I'm not seeing? Is there, what's the point of Calm Mind? I don't really understand it. I would have much preferred T-Wave. I would have preferred, which with Willow, you just can't run the same set every week, and I think this week would have been perfect for a T-Waver, which is like, oh, but what about this guy? You could, I don't know. I feel like you could have prepped a better Blissey set for this week. I just don't like it. It switches in pretty well against Vaporeon. Does nothing else. I would have preferred Seismitoss 100% over this. I just don't like this Blissey set, and we already know its moves, so it's like... And we know its item, and its item's gone. And we're about to know, unless we've already seen Natural Cure, but we're gonna know it's Natural Cure, not Serene Grace Shadow Ball. But yeah, Calm Mind comes out. And this is just a free wish, soft boiled into flip turn. And now you could bring back, what do we call it, Samurai, but that would have died, so that's a really nice play. And this is just going to do not a ton of damage yet, but this comes out, it's going to hit Burn Chip, stays in, Surf, so now Samurai's really, really gone, but Vaporeon comes in 100% of the time, and you get for free flip turn. If they switch, you get a free wish. Scald is insanely free, and I don't think, I'm going to be completely real, this burn does not matter because Evelug cannot damage Vaporeon at all. It has Body Press, we're going to see Body Press, but even two Scalds, I'm pretty sure is what, a 50-50, right? So eventually the odds are just going to get in your favor. This thing has Wish. I don't know, unless this thing has Iron Defense, I just don't see how they could possibly 1v1. Or how Evelug can live a 1v1, and this is Terra... Did I already say what its Terra is? No, this is Terra Poison. So it's like... I don't know. So Wish is always going to come out, you can Wish for free, and we see Recover. So Body Press, Iron Defense Body Press could be likely. We're going to see Avalanche though, so probably not Iron Defense. And you can just Terra here if you really wanted to. You don't. We see... Shadow Claw, which I'm assuming is for the Terra when that eventually happens. We see Bulk Up, which is definitely good, and that's a reason why I'm like, why don't we... If we're gonna get rid of an item, why don't we get rid of... Why don't we A, switch in Avalugg, which is... or Houndstone, which is already weakened. But you don't want to do... Why not switch in... why not switch in Scrafty? I don't know. I don't really understand the method, but... We're going to see Knock him out, we're going to see Stamina Boost, we're going to see Rocks, which is, I think, fantastic, and we see Roy, which is just really good prep. So, I'm really happy with what I've seen so far. We're not going to see... that's crazy. That's crazy. No Terra Blast, not Terra Blasting there is insane work. I get it. I get it if you go for Terra Blast, right? No, I don't. I don't get that. I really don't get that. I don't get staying in and not clicking Terra Blast. I get it, they get Terra. But this mon causes so many issues for this team. I'd rather get Chip on it. Maybe you don't kill something, but you get Chip. I'd rather have that. But then again, I don't know how much pressure you could actually put on this team. So, it's whatever. It's whatever. We're going to see Mudsdale come back in for a Roar. Drain's not going to do... Well, it's going to do a decent bit, but... Counter comes out. Counter. Rest. That's fine. Roar, fantastic. So now it's asleep. This, we're gonna see, doesn't really matter too much. I think it's still just 1v1s. This is what matters, right? I feel like that matters, but at the same time, why did you go Scrafty? That's my question. That's what the people are wondering. Why did Scrafty come out here? I get it. You're trying to burn the sleep, I guess, right? That you're assuming maybe you wake up, maybe whatever. But Earthquake is still, without the crit, it's still doing what? 40? It's still 40. You're still... I just don't like that. I just really don't like that play. Because as we're gonna see, you could literally... You could bring out... What could you bring out here? Let's see. What could you possibly bring out? You could bring out... Did the sun fade? Did the sun go out? I don't even... Sunlight Strong... But... Right here. You could have easily... You sack this, whatever, right? Even if it burns, we're assuming it's still a 2-hit KO, which is like, fine. I don't like... Sorry, I'm regurgitating myself. I'm trying to get myself back on timing. Why doesn't Avalugg come out? Why doesn't Avalugg come out? Why doesn't, you know, something that could actually kill this come out. Even Klefki. Why doesn't Klefki come out? Does Blissey have speed? Why doesn't Blissey come out? I just don't think it's a very smart play to lose Scrafty like this, right? You're not... I forget if Scrafty switches, and then you bring it out. It's like, what was the point of all that? What was the point of all that? I just don't, I don't like it. I don't like it. Now you're gonna get it. Now we're gonna see Terra Ghost, so body press and spin block. This is what I was worried about, and it's all coming together. I like Spike, and I like spinning there too. I think this is just played fantastically. You don't really need to get all 3 layers. You don't even need 2 layers. I think 1 and 1 is fine because that's pretty much 3 layers of spikes. And this is just gonna die. Did a crit? Crit did not matter, obviously, but you just bring in this every single time. You could flip here if you really want. You could wish. I'm fine with either. Wish comes out. I would have preferred flip just because you get a little bit more momentum from it. You could go Raptor earlier. But I'm also fine with sacking there. As these sacks come out for Life Orb. If this wasn't Life Orb, I think this actually wins here. But because it's Life Orb, it's gonna eventually kill themselves, and we see Quick Attack, which is just a really good bring. Just a really good bring. And we see Terra Poison out of it, which doesn't really matter because it's gonna get Boom Burst on. It lives, and from here it's pretty much wraps. We see Drain Punch come out. Steel Beam doesn't kill. Steel Beam doesn't kill. So really good tech with the Drain Punch. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. We're gonna see some. I thought about giving a Side Shock, but you didn't. I'm sorry, that was really uncalled for and mean, but I don't know. My real issues are prep and play calling, I guess. I'm trying to think of the Pokemon word for it. I can't. Luck is something that will always happen, right? I don't like when people complain about it too much because first off, it's a children's game, and second off, if you're gonna apply luck in this situation, you have to apply it throughout the game, and I can't. Some of the calls were crazy. Some of the calls were crazy. Going Scrafty and then doubling to I don't know. I felt like they were too much in their head the whole game, especially with not Terra Blasting with Executor. I feel like that was like, you win the game there. You win the game or you get chip. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that. But what happened. I don't think you're gonna go down too far in the RU polls just because a lot of other people lost, which we'll get into, and you've had such a really good first half that it's really hard for your team specifically to really fall. So I feel like both these teams are gonna be really fine come postseason. Gonna be very interesting. We've already, I think one team might be locked for play-ins at the very least, and maybe 2. But we'll have to see, and I haven't done any of the math on it. But I thought this was super well played on this perspective by oh my god, Luxio's Livy Legion. I think they played it extremely well. I think the Kansas Classification just did not prep as well as they could have, did not play as well as they could have, and maybe they just overlooked the team. Maybe, I think it was just a really, really bad matchup. I don't know what you're supposed to do with Staraptor and Toxtricity, especially with how passively this team plays. I feel like you slap a band on something, you slap setup on something. You know, they can't really roar, they have to rely on eggy end games, and it's worked, but it did not work this time. So, moving on, we have probably the match of the week, and that is the 1-seeded yours truly, Cincinnati Willows, taking on the number 3 seed, Demi Stunfisk. There we go. I'm gonna be so candid about this matchup. It was so hard to prep for. I felt like Inteleon's gonna come. It hasn't came all season, and of course it comes this matchup. Gardevoir I had no prep for. I had no answers for it to come up with something unorthodox. And a Bomb Snow looks crazy into my team. I had no switch-ins for that mon either. Everything else I felt like I could prep for. I could come up with something, but it's a rough one. It's a really, really rough matchup. And on the other side of the field, I felt like their answers for Armorge, if it got all set up, could be problematic. I don't really know how you switch in. I felt like Hydrapple had a really decent matchup. I think I was Life Orb and Screen Rotom. So I felt like if it was under Light Screen,
or reflect or under something, it could just pick up a kill and I could switch around. I had a very defensive oriented team just because of Tauros, Paldea Blaze, and Braviary. But that should be enough, and I'll try not to do what I can, and I'll try and be as fair as I can. So I'm just going to U-turn turn 1. Ice Spinner on the Rocky Helmet gives me a lot of info, which is really nice. Will-O-Wisp doesn't really matter too much, just because I guess U-turn gets weakened and it's going to take chip, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't really matter. They make a really good double here. I stay in. Rocky Helmet's revealed. I could just get up rocks. They're going to bulk up. And I did not play this well. I get up spikes here, and my mindset was they're just going to keep setting up, right? Maybe they just don't think I'm unaware or something, and by that logic I should just kept staying in, but I make a really bad play here. I get huge body slam. Luckily I forced a Terra Ground. It's gonna do 51, which is insane work, and luckily it doesn't get the roll. I don't know if it was a roll, but I'm able to recover, and I have Earthquake, so that's really nice. They're gonna switch this in. It's gonna take EQ, Intimidate chip, but as you're gonna see, I did not play against Schoolfish particularly well. It's gonna get 2 layers up, which is not great. Strange Dream is gonna come out, and we're pretty much just gonna trade. That's fine. We get the Reflect up. This is, I think, primarily for Tauros, Paldea Blaze, but we're just gonna sack here. It already took so much chip. I just couldn't imagine myself getting back in the game. This comes out, which is perfect. I flame charge here. Because I'm like, oh, what else can I really do? Gardevoir comes out. I'm like, oh my god, perfect. This is perfect. This is the mon. This is what I made for Gardevoir prep. So I was like, oh, this is perfect. I just need one more flame charge. Don't mind this. Don't mind this. I just need one more flame charge, and then I'll be good. And I get the weakness policy. I'm like, I'm fabulous. And then I forget that is the thing. And I'm like, oh, that's really unfortunate. So I'm really unhappy with that prep. I don't know if it mattered too much. I just felt like this game was not mine to win. But we're gonna see Knockoff come out on the Payapa, which is very interesting, I'm gonna try and get my WinCon into the game, or not WinCon, but try and get the GOAT into the game, and Earth Power is gonna come out, gonna pick up the kill. I'm like, this is just a trade game at this point. Gardevoir comes out, it's gonna trace for Gen, which I didn't even realize at the time. I was like, fine. Neutralizing Klaus comes out, it's gonna do that. Braviary comes back out. I think I just glide here and I pick up insane chip because I'm just built like that. Grass comes out, but at this point I forget spikes are up, so Thwacky cannot come back into this game. And we're gonna trade, and at this point does not matter because Thwacky's just gonna die. It's gonna copy the surge, which is cool, and it still gets the surge up, but it's like, oh, and they click Moonblast. I say to click Psychic, but they're not really like that. But no undefeated teams. Cincinnati Willows 5-1. You have the Steamy Sunfisk 5-1. I have some very talented teams, and speaking from experience, I like not going undefeated. I know that's really braggadocious to say, but when you have no losses and you head into the playoffs, your ego is so high and your mindset is so crazy that you start overlooking things. You start being like, oh, I'm gonna bring this crazy heat, right? And that's what I was thinking this whole time, this whole run. I was like, I am playing so well that it feels like I can't lose, so I'm gonna bring whatever this armor set was, right? I'm gonna bring this in crazy heat, and to humble this was really nice. So I'm really happy it came to this coach because I think they're probably the best coach in the league. I told my friend about this, who's really into draft, who's better player than me. Shout out Iger if you're listening to this. But when I told him about who was playing in this, he was the only one that Iger knew, and that lent fear down my stomach, especially when Iger started giving a lot of praise, because I respect Iger a lot, and to hear that kind of praise is insane. So I really respect my opponent, and best of luck. I want a rematch for sure, because I felt like I could have played a lot better and brought a lot better mons. But a 5-1 for both of us, and probably playoff locks for both of us. So heading into the next game, oh my god, heading into the next game, we have, I believe, the 4th ranked team in the Koni Cats up against the 4th ranked Koni Cats up against the 16th ranked Screaming Skull Villains. Talk about a disaster of a season. You look it up in the dictionary, you're gonna see this team in it because Sun was just not as good as we thought it would be. I am definitely a prisoner, or not prisoner, I was gonna say prisoner of the moment. I'm definitely not in the right side of history with this team. I really thought this team was gonna be something special. And it looks like from the messages that we've seen and from conversations, this is gonna be the team to close out the season. So I don't know how well they're gonna do just because they're 1-4 or 1-3 at this moment, right? Or are they 1-6, right? They're 1-4 at this moment, right? They just haven't had a great season, so I don't know where to put this team. I don't know what this team's gonna do, and it's unfortunate because I really love Brute Bonnet. I'm still a Brute Bonnet believer, and until the day I die, if there's one Brute Bonnet fan, that's me. If there's 0, I'm dead. All right, but on the other side of things, as number 4 ranked team for a reason, they're going off against a bad loss against California Crooks, who have been just having a really good bounce back year from them. So I'm just really happy with how they're playing, and it's unfortunate. It's a really good win for the California Crooks, but it's a loss you don't want to see from the Coney County Cats. So we see how this game goes. We're hoping for a bounce back on this side. We're hoping for a defining win for this team to finally maybe get a 500 season, maybe do something like that. But we're going to see our lead. Terra types, Terra Ground on the Alcremie, which is the only one that can Terra, and Terra Ground on the Cryogen, which is the only one that can Terra. So we're going to see a nice trade. Triple Axle is going to land, and rocks are going to go up. It's not going to get all 3, so it's going to get the spin-off anyways, but it's one of those you don't want to see it. It's actually going to live, so Flare Blitz is going to kill, and nice little trade. Maybe get a procs. I don't mind sacking here. I don't see when the spawn gets in again. Mousehold comes in. It's going to pop bomb and pick up the kill. It's going to force it out. I'm assuming this is Rocky Helmet. But we see T-Spikes. We see Coil. We see Knock. And we see EQ. It's Sash. So Sash Endeavor Quick Attack. That's what I'm thinking right now. And that seems to be the case, and that's going to allow this to pick up a kill. So actually in a really good position here. This is a very fast-paced game, but just to put the pause on it, really good position for this team. I feel like Brute Bonnet is in a very I can't. Brute Bonnet's is in a really solid position, especially if you can get the Scun Tank down at this point. I feel like Brute Bonnet can get it's very bulky. It's deceivingly bulky. So it's AV. Could possibly see something like a C-Bomb come out. It's definitely Sucker, so it can revenge stuff. I feel like both teams are in a very solid position, right? Lucario has a really nice end game. We can break this Terra, but we're gonna trade. We're gonna see another trade. So comes in and Brute Bonnet comes in. I think this is fantastic. Brute Bonnet though is gonna take it. Crit? Does the crit matter? And it lives. Crit almost mattered, but it lives. Lucario comes out. I'm assuming Sucker came out, but obviously not enough priority. Creamy comes in. Do we get the Terra right? We don't. So this is going to be game because Terra Blast is going to kill. Wow. So we're going to see a very nice win. Could it be a season? Could we see the tables turn? Can we see them, or flip the tables, right? Can we see the Sun team make a miraculous rise? Sun rise. Can the Sun rise? We'll have to see. Very nice win. Their schedule might be a little bit tough. For the Coney County Cats, I mean, you don't want to drop 2 in a row now. 2 in a row to go 2, I believe, and you see 2 and 4 on the other side. You want to see? You want to see this team get locked up for the playoffs. You want to see them, have to worry about anything heading into playoffs. But unfortunate. On this side, you're gonna see Gone Armorers back from the dead, and I believe the Tokyo Pachirisus. Let me look up their what I put them at. Gone Armorers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Gone Armorers, 11th best team. I think they've had a really nice run. They've put themselves, I believe they're 2-3 or 3-2 heading into this game, so they've put themselves in a very nice position. Kind of just like I said earlier, to kind of tables or tables. They Bug Army is the Bug Army, but still, I'm quote unquote pads to the record, but I'm just a win you want to see. I don't want to be the team to lose to them. Let's just say that. On the other side of things, you have Dodgers who have had a season. They have no more transactions. I feel like they've kind of a lot of lateral moves. I don't really like where this team is at right now. But, yeah, prove me wrong. Maybe, I don't think I've seen this battle yet because I don't think I've seen Leafeon play yet. So, blocking the, yeah, I think, yeah, both teams coming off wins. So, we're going to see which team can continue their nice streak. We're going to see Articuno versus Tinkaton lead. Steal, okay. Immediately trying to get rid of that weakness. I'm assuming it's not boots, which is, be very nice to see. Art is gonna take chip, or not Articuno. Gonna get parried a bit. Then is gonna take chip. Fine with staying in because, okay, it's clicked. But still getting chip. You're still, I don't mind that. I'd love to see. I'm okay with this. I think you could just spam Terra Blast if you wanted to. Freeze Dry, I don't mind that either because you're gonna get. Oh, that's big. That's big. But you can just Terra Blast here. Alright, we'll never know if that was Terra Blast or not. Oh, sorry. We'll never know if that was Terra Blast or not. Fake Out, obviously. Getting a 10 hammer, 20% chip, which is chip. It's about a 5-hit KO, so that's really unfortunate. It's gonna come out, so it's gonna try and run a turn or two or three. Okay, 3 turns. I don't mind it. You get a free spin. Good switch. So this is very defensive. I'm assuming Sableye with screens. Okay. I like that. I like the way you think. Okay. Freeze is coming in big because you can't wish here. You can't even flip turn, right? You can't even get momentum. I'm really feel like that's a very unfortunate spot. Draco's gonna do damage, I guess. Obviously not even close to enough. So we can see U-turn. U-turn comes out on the wish. I'm assuming this team is gearing up for a Typhlosion, so we're probably gonna have to see this Alola get chipped down a lot. We're gonna have to see, I want to see Jolteon get back into this game. I want to see some stuff like that. So I come back into the game. Yup, get chip on it. I don't mind that. It probably has recover though, so you want to be a little bit careful with that. Imagine that got frozen. Fine. It's fine. I want this Articuno to switch out into something, man. I want it to switch into something. As it gets frozen again, or not frozen, parried again. But honestly, for the freeze, it's fine. It's a fine trade. This thing keeps on spamming freeze try. I don't know what. I feel like you're just not playing this game well. I want to, like I said, I want to see Rhyperior come into this game. I want to see. Oh my god, another fucking freeze. I want to see Jolteon come into this game. I want to see even Tauros Paldea Aqua looks insane as well. Like, I want to see some of these Pokemon get into this game. I feel like this team is just not playing. Okay, is insane. On top of the freeze, crit is insane. Okay, so it comes in. Do we see a U-turn? This is a terrible game of Pokemon. Oh my god. 38 turns, not a single mon is dead. We've seen 2 freezes. 2 freezes. And nothing. The freezes did not matter, because what changed? Nothing in this game has changed besides 1 mon is parried and 1 mon is frozen. Articuno comes back in, but like, okay, the thaw and it's gonna, rocks do something, but like, momentum. Get momentum. Oh my god, freeze. This is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be a long one, guys. We're gonna see Ruse come out on the pain split. What a surprise. Freeze try. Another freeze? 4 freezes? Oh my god. Oh my god, man. What are we doing? Cyclozar comes out. U-turn. Click U-turn. Click U-turn. Please click U-turn. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Is it gonna go? Yeah, it's gonna fall. I don't mind that. How is this faster? Oh, fake out. Finally! Crit deserved because someone's doing something. Oh my lord. Rain. Oh my god. Pain split. Just sub. Sub. If you have sub, please click it. Crit. I don't mind. I don't mind. I need progress. And this team is at least forcing progress. Oh my god. Articuno. SD. I feel like this mon can not when that move is clicked. Lives? No fucking freeze. Okay. Feel like this mon can put in a ton of work. Well, now I feel like Typhlosion's gonna win the game because this is, yeah. This isn't weak enough, so I lied. Honestly deserved. The hacks have just been unreal. U-turn here is super free. On the Wish, that is fine. I don't even mind hard switching. Yep, I don't mind that because you see Protect come out, Flip Turn's fine, and Frostlass comes in, that's fine. Fortunate, but you have... Okay, you clearly do not have. Tell me you have Thunderbolt? What is this rain dance bullshit? We live in a horrible society. Please have Weather Ball. Are you gonna scout for Weather Ball? No. Because why would we scout? Why would we scout here? Oh, I'm sorry. What is this game? Fake Out is fine. You're gonna get rid of Rain Turns, Thunder, so we're not committing to that. This comes out. Terra Ice, okay. Hill, because Jolteon's actually bulky specialty. Fire Blast, I think that's Specs. I think it's Specs. Oh, we're staying in. We're just, you know, why not? Okay. Don't mind it because they have not been clicking moves. This is gonna reveal. Okay, it's, I think Scarf. I don't know the damage. I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with Frostlass's game. I really wanted Frostlass draft. I felt like it was really good speed control, and seeing where my team is at now, yeah. It's pretty much over as long as you don't throw it, which might be asking for a little bit here. Psychic, because it hits everything. You just go Typhlosion and you just click. I don't even care what you click. Thank God, this game was a mess. It was a train wreck from both opponents. It was a match. That was a match. Hope, no offense to either coach, you're all wonderful people, and the game shouldn't define who you are. I hope none of these teams make playoffs. That was a horrible match. I don't think both opponents played particularly well. Oh my god, Gone Armors, I felt like was playing so passively. They weren't getting any breakers, and yeah, got hacks, but like, got hacks on their walls. It wasn't like, oh, Freeze Drive froze my, even Sableye would have been like, did Sableye? I don't even want to remember. Like, it wasn't like, oh, Leafeon got froze, or like, got Scald Burn or something. Like, it was the tanks getting frozen, and you won. But I don't think that's indicative of like, oh, played this game well, so I won. I think it was oh, I got a little bit lucky with some crits and won. Like, two very different things. Didn't like how passively this team played into a very passive team. That have so far beaten this team have gotten up spikes, have gotten up any sort of hazards, like spikes, have gotten hazards, or not hazards, have gotten status, or brought prep against tanks. This team just didn't. This team just did it. It just brute forced, which is like, congrats, but I don't like how this team played at all. I don't like Boots Articuno if you're gonna turn one Terra Steel. Felt like it could have been Life Orb. I feel like Life Orb could have been something. Would have preferred Terra Ground, especially with how you played Articuno. You kept it in on tank, like just a thing. Honestly, I would have loved to seen. Does this block still get? It should, right? It still gets U-turn. I would have loved to seen U-turn Snowscape. If you're gonna, you as well lean all into it. And bring Weather Ball with like and Sunny Day. Like, I want to see some of that. I want to see some fun stuff. This team could be really fun, and there are probably neither of these teams. They might be plans, but just aren't contenders, and that's fine. But yeah. Move on to the next battle, which is the Rutgers Rampardos, which are ranked as, I believe, like the 13th, 14th, somewhere around there. It was very off. 17th. Rutgers Rampardos ranked as the 17th, and the Ceaseless Servalege ranked as the number 5 team. They've been covering me. Thank you again to them for doing all of the videos. I really, really appreciate it. As you can see, I'm not getting these out very consistently. The Servalege coming off a 2-0 win. Rutgers Rampardos kind of fading fast. Lightning McQueen just lost 0-6 to Texas. So we're looking for a bounce back. Again. They're 2-3. Servalege, I believe, are 4-1. They're the 4-1 or 3-2. So we're looking for bounce back. We're looking for Lucky. I mean, Lucky looks fantastic, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like offensively, I don't know what really checks it. There's no ground types. I'm assuming that's because, play this real quick, and then we're gonna quickly, Terragram, okay, never mind. So, Aleki, still very dominant position, just because, you can still force out the Terragram, and because you force out Terragram, it doesn't matter because you still have Breloom, but you can make a play like that. I'm expecting, really hoping, I'm hoping and expecting Cover Cloak. On the other side of the field, on the same side of the field, we have Terra Fairy Rampardos, which could be really cool. We also have Terra Dragon Driftbloom, which again could be really cool. Turn effect. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Magmortar is new members, so we'll see how Magmortar does. And I feel like this is a very kind opening for the opponent. I feel like T-Spikes, if you have them, you just get them up, and we shall see. Scorching Sands does nothing against the burn, which is nice, and we see T-Spikes go up. So I like that. You still have 3 mons that can switch in very well, but you just need 1 layer. That's all you need. Alright, we get 2 layers. I don't like that. I think 1 layer is fine, especially with the mons that are going to take it. You'd rather... Oh my god. Regieleki comes in, Magmortar, no boots. Specs. That's Magnet or Specs or something. Scarf for Rampardos is doing its thing, and Yanako Stack didn't. Oh no, I guess it couldn't. But yeah, I like that. You're gonna get chip on Reggie. I don't mind that at all. You can do it again. Perfect. Is this? Nope. I agree. I think that's fine. You can go into Driftbloom. You can try and wake up and something. Is this? No, it's Technician. So Life Orb. Technician Life Orb. It's asleep. This comes out, we can see Brick Break come out, we could see SD come out, I think that's fair. This is very much a losing position because Body Press is just gonna smoke it. I don't like that. A lot of mons I could switch in, but I don't like that, because if this sets up. Fine. You're gonna get 4 or 5, I guess 4. It's asleep again because Spore is funny. 2. Wake up. Baton. What we all expected. Sabersaur comes out. I feel like Hat is extremely free. I forget it's Scarf. I forget it's Scarf Rampardos, and you can bring in this. Gee, why did that take it so well? That should not have taken it so well. I like that. I think that's fine. I think this is also really fine. You want chip on this. You want a scout as well. You could stay in. You could totally stay in. Yeah, I like that. Get rocks up on Aleki, like. Phenomenal position now, and you could just spam Salt Cure, right? Phenomenal. I would count that. Calm Mind. I don't think this gets Mystical Fire anymore, so that should not come out. Heavy Slam is just gonna kill, and yeah, it's gonna be GG. So I don't know what could possibly kill Knackle, and Reggie looks like it's gonna clean. So very impressive. Against, I think T-Spikes was a really good bring. I am a fan of 1 spike. Against this team, I feel like 1 is probably all you need because these guys want to switch out anyways. So if you can get the most damage you can, I think 12 is just really good. But that's, again, a little bit nitpicking. Turn was phenomenal. I thought that was, you don't have a Regieleki answer, just make 1. Would have preferred, I don't even know, I need to look at their team. I'm gonna very quickly look at their team. Alright, so I quickly looked. Yeah, I don't know, this team's in a really rough spot. I think Palisand could have been something, but I get the hesitance, you have a lot of knockoff users. And then Malamar doesn't really move the needle at all, so yeah, not really a good matchup. I think it's also just team construction. My team is always gonna struggle because it doesn't have waters, but now we see it especially because nothing wants to switch into Gallade, nothing wants to switch into Crawdon, and we see another really nice game from 2 of my favorite pieces and 1 of my favorite defensive mons in Nagostack. So, just our hands do some work. I'm very blessed. But, yeah, we'll see the, my god, it's the Sarah Ledge. They're gonna move to 5-1 or 4-2, I can't remember. And then we're gonna see Rutgers Rampardos fall to 2-4, pretty much out of it, and like there's another team where they have to win all next games to have a shot at play-in. Yeah, very nice week. we have possibly one of the game of the weeks. Another one. We have the Hero Hunters getting a big win last week against Attack on Titan. I believe I have them 6th. I believe I have them 6th. Lied. I have them 8th, and I have California Crooks at 6th. So this is a big matchup for a ton of reasons, but the biggest one being I don't believe in Hero Hunters. I just do not believe in this team. I think it is horrible. I think it's horrible. I think it's not a good team, and we're gonna see a good coach. I don't want to keep moving the goalposts, so I'm not going to. I already gave them flowers, and hey, listen, if y'all can't beat this team, that's on y'all. I feel like if I match up with this team, I feel like I will be in a fine situation against this team. I don't match up with them yet, so, yeah, mainly relying on Zoroark. On the other side, we have probably one of the better coaches of this league, if not like top 4 in this league in general, not general, but in this league, and one of the better coaches I know. That is in the California Crooks, and Dougie's finally gonna come. It's finally gonna make an appearance. I think it made an appearance maybe one other week, but I think Dougie's phenomenal. It gives you good speed control, tells you a lot of yeah, I think let me see what Val leads. Let me see what it's Fire, and on the other side Terra Fairy for Medicham. So I really like, I don't think I've seen this matchup, by the way. Really like Flamigo into this team. I feel like it just clicks Braybird. Like, you just run Scarf, Braybird, Flamigo, and it just wins. There's a lot of Sash, so I would have preferred a Ride-On lead, but I get it. Blooming's gonna come out. I'm fine with Braybirding there on Cutter. Quiver's crazy because this is banded for sure, and it was banded for sure. It comes out, Terra Fairy again. Yeah, you just Braybird. I think that was a very phenomenal bring. Braybird here, I don't mind it either, because if it dies, which it's very soon gonna do, I don't mind that. We're gonna see Feraligatr come in, and then you just go Overgrow, right? I don't mind that either, because he doesn't, see what I mean? He just does the same stuff every single week, and it's gonna live, because, like I said, this is why I don't respect this team at all, because they do the same stuff, and as I said, I'm probably gonna switch it up, but, like, is try to win with Venomoth, then if that dies, then you go try to win with Medicham, and then that dies. Then you get Tailwind up on core because you're Focus Sash. Then you get him for Alligator. Like, it's just like a step by step. I just don't like how this team is A, built, but B, how it's ran just does not benefit Zoroark. I think the first few weeks, okay, Zoroark, but these last couple weeks, as I'm assuming gonna see, like, it's not Skeledirge. Skeledirge. Yeah, it comes in, we see Poison Point, and yeah, like, U-turn, oh wow, what a surprise. Going Shot missing is not the greatest. Throat Chop's fine because you get rid of Torch Song. I like that. Yeah, no, you're fine. I wish I could respect this team, but they've given me no reason to respect them outside of one good win last week. I still am gonna have them high because, granted, both of these teams are 4-2 now. Fantastic season from the California Crooks. They started 0-2, now they're 4-2. Phenomenal. But the Hero Hunters, man. The Hero Hunters, we are gonna have some uncomfortable dialogue about this team because, my lord, they need to make an adjustment. They need to make it fast because this playoffs are not the regular season. They're just not. So this Sash, Tailwind, Encore bullshit is not going to work. It's just not going to work in the postseason. Players are going to prep for it, they're going to know it's coming, and they're going to make adjustments, right? I already know some things I'm going to do against this team because I know how they've played, and that's a lot of benefit because I'm in the chair and I've watched pretty much every battle taking place, but it's the same stuff. It is the same stuff. So, wishing them the best. I'm hoping that they can make something happen in the postseason because that's the fun of Mons, because unexpected stuff just happens. But man, some stuff has to happen. You could argue speed tie on Flamigo. That is fine. Ride on any one of those two come in. I'm assuming Sash Doug comes in as well. Like, think you're in a fine position. I feel like it was modest though, or like max. Yeah, so that's that. So let's get into the final match that is here, and that is the Bug Army up against the New Jersey Jellicents. And I believe New Jersey Jellicents are ranked as the 10th best team, 9th best team, and you know the where they are ranked at the 20th worst team, and the New Jersey Jellicents are 9th. Chat, audience, guys, girls, all in between, we are about to watch one of the matches of all time. I don't think I need to commentate this, and I will give my thoughts at the end, and you guys will see this phenomenal battle. I think this music is very fitting, and let's get into it. I'll give some sounds too. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay, well, that's one. Oh. Okay. 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 Oh. What's this? Oh. You can just, yeah. Oh. Yeah. In college basketball, it might be March Madness, but here in RU Draft League Season 6, I think we have something better than March Madness. I mean, I get it. Alright, there is a lot of hacks in this game. We can start from the beginning and we can rattle them all off, right? 2 rock slide misses here. 2 rock slide misses. Goes into Mega. Diancie comes out. Fortress, Meteor Beam, Encore, Meteor Beam, T-Wave, lands and gets para. Kilowattrel comes in. U-turn, that's fine. Hurricane hits. Protect. Hurricane hits. This I'm actually not going to say anything about because I think statistically this should have missed. Because right now it's 3 of 3. Because yes, you can see waves miss when they click protect. So yes, this is 3 of 3. So the odds are that it's gonna miss, right? I think, by the way, this is fantastic prep. I think that's fantastic. So yeah, statistically, I think it's gonna miss, but fine. Speed boost. Flinch. Shadow Ball. No para. No trick. Or trigger goes up. Protect. I get it. Trying to bait out another para. You don't get it, I believe. Yeah. Tailwind. Para. I think that would have been way worse if it did. If it did, but I mean, it doesn't. Right. Sleep powder. Turn or a second turn wake up. There's a lot of hacks. Right, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm not gonna say there wasn't hacks, but holy shit was this game one of the worst played matches I've ever seen. Yes, the hacks was bad, 100%. But why was turn 1 this? Why? What did you think was gonna happen? I really want to know. I want to be in his brain. I want to see the neurons firing. Like, why Trick Room? So clearly, Fortress, the only resist, the only fairy resist on this team, the only mon that can actually take a rock type move. You know this is good. Why not switch into Kilo and U-turn or Volt Switch or bring in? Why does Typhlosion Hisui, respectfully, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, just regular Typhlosion, I know the allegations, but respectfully, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Why does it take until turn 25 for him to get into the game and die? He does 20% the whole game and dies. Why? Why is this not the lead? Why? You could have literally ran Scarf Typhlosion and won the game. You could have ran Scarf Typhlosion, and if Ilum whatever comes out, switch. If Yanmega comes out, switch. Yes, hacks matters, but this was one of the worst played games ever, and I get you want to style, I get you want to do Trick Room shenanigans, I get it, right? If I played against this team, I would be doing the same shit. I would be trying to get the funniest shit off, but at the same time, you gotta win the game. You really gotta win the game. And hacks, like I said, I will always say it, hacks matters. It does. It truly, truly does. But if you don't put yourself in a good position, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of hacks. Yeah, those rock slides, yeah, they how much does 60% and not killing matter, right? Okay, maybe you get a crit, that's more hacks, right? Yes, again, yes for the fourth, for every single time. Yes, hacks is always gonna determine a Pokemon game. Hacks will always matter because there's rolls, there's para, there's misses, there's crits, there's, you know, everything. There's so much. There's EV spreads. There's so much hacks that goes into every single match. But when you don't put yourself in a good position to win a game, when you use a bad strategy to win a game, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose a lot of times out of 10. So yes, maybe this was the one fluke occurrence where this team wins, but I don't think we should discount that win as, oh, there's just a lot of hacks, or oh, you know, because this was when you see turn 1 and you don't see Diamond Storm clicked, you don't see rocks go up, there's an issue, right? Why would you lead Diancie? Why would you lead Diancie? Why not lead, you know, the Hurricane against every single mon? Oh, okay. Why not lead the one that clicks Eruption against almost every single mon in the game? Oh, okay. Right? Like, there's something, like, if you, and this mon comes in, you go Gyarados. Right? I have no words. I have no words, for this, than what I've already said. The Bug Army, led by the GOAT Araquanid, has won its first game, beating a play-in caliber team. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're excited for the next 2 weeks to come. I hope you're excited for playoffs, because it's about to get interesting. Undefeated teams, there are no more. The worst team in the league got its first win. Teams that were labeled as pretenders, contenders, whatever they're labeled as, have received losses. The Coney Cats, 4th best team, lost. The 8th best team lost. The 9th best team lost. The number 1 team lost. The number 3 team lost. It's March. It's March. I hope you're excited. I hope you're excited, and I hope you're ready for some battles. I will see you guys week 8. Enjoy and get ready for playoffs.